Now, let's talk about how we do it, Mike. So basically, we buy them. Now, you can buy them two different ways. Obviously, different shapes, different colors, different sizes. You can buy pre-printed signs like the ones I'm holding in my hand right here. Or you can buy, and we typically don't buy double-sided. You can buy double-sided signs. We typically don't. Why don't we not buy double-sided, Mike?
Two reasons. One, it's more expensive to print on both sides of the sign. So again, there's a cost factor involved. And the second reason is when you put the sign out on and you throw it up on in the middle of an intersection or whatever on a sunny day, you can see through the signs.
That's such a great point, Mike. I
I
love that you brought that up.
So you can't read either side as well. So again, you may be able to market both directions of that intersection, but it's so much harder to see.
It's so much harder to see. The sun bleeds right through.
Right, and we're going into the spring or the summer now, and again, the sun just beats them up. So again, one-sided signs are the best cost, and again, you can actually read the message.
Yeah, they're cheaper
on the one side.
And then I didn't know that they did this. So then here's signs that we just bought. So right now, and this is going to change by time of year and a couple other factors, but right now they have like a 6-week queue. Is the right word. From the time that you order to the time that it even hits production, and then they'll mail, a couple days later. So you're looking at 6, 7, maybe even 8 weeks right now, because this is high season. I mean, it's late April right now when we're recording this. So,
so the other time
the printed signs is what I'm getting at. They take a long time, but you can buy these blank signs, and I didn't even know that they did this until just this last order. But one side white, one side yellow, which is the stupidest thing.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know they did either.
If you did both sides yellow or both sides, I guess white would be cheapest. But if you do yellow, they now do.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know why they would even waste their time with it. But long story short, we buy these because we can get them quick. I ordered these signs maybe 7 or 8 days ago at most, so maybe a week's time from order to actually receiving it. And again, as Mike said, 2 ways that we put these signs in the ground or out. One is we use these metal stakes right here, and these metal stakes basically just go in the sign, in the middle of the sign. So there's little holes in here, and if you line them up, so those people that are listening and not watching, I'm just placing the stake in the sign. You do both sides, and you step on it, and you stick it right in the ground. The other way that we use these signs is, as Mike stated, on telephone poles, you basically just take a hammer and a roofer's nail. And Mike, we found these roofer's nails that have the metal, and these are way better than the other kind that are cheaper. So they're kind of hard to find, actually.
They are.
The roofer's nails.
The roofer nail with a metal cap it was a challenge to find, but again, I mean, maybe it's easier in your area, but Lowe's and Home Depot, the big box stores, they didn't have them. So we went to Menards, and we found, there they are,
steel cap masonry, 1.5 inch is the best ones that we've used.
Okay, so why? Why do you want...
Well, you don't need them to be any longer than that. Let's say that, because, it's just, it's not going to do much after 1.5 inches. Any shorter than that, you're risking the nail coming out. So that's why we use that length. And we use the steel cap ones because once they're in, I wish I had something to nail it into right now, but once they're in, the sign and the telephone pole, the metal helps support the sign and hold it tight up against it. Plastic seems to break if it gets windy, but it holds the sign up in outdoor conditions, in windy conditions, rainy conditions. It just keeps the sign from falling off the pole.
So it keeps the sign from falling off the pole, and it also makes it very hard for somebody else to knock it off the pole.
That's a good point, too.
So, I mean, somebody has to actually go up there and physically cut it down. So the steel cap, again, protects your sign, keeps it from being taken down quickly or easily by your competitors or something else.
So all you need is either a hammer and nails, and we just bought a 50-pound box of these nails because they're hard to find. So I recommend going on Menards.com and just typing in the SKU that we look at the picture I put up. But a hammer and nails is one way to do it. Stakes is the other way to do it. I have seen people use zip ties, but it's hard to find big enough zip ties.
Well, you can zip tie 2 zip ties together and
or
stuff.
5
and,
or 9,
whatever.
but then it's just a pain. It's more work. This is the easiest way. Now, one thing that we also have, this is just a regular hammer, obviously, but there is another product that we've used in the past called Bandit sign hammer. We actually own 3 of them. None of them are in our office today for this recording.
We can't endorse it because remember last time we tried to order one, we had a little issue. So
yeah, that's a great point. Customer service wasn't the best. Sorry, guys. So we're not going to endorse that product. But there's other type of hammers out there. It's not just that website, for example.
Yeah, exactly. You can find
Go in and type Bandit sign hammer into Google, And basically, it's a hammer on a pole. The pole is maybe 3 feet, 3.5 feet long, made of PVC, and then on top it's a big piece of steel. But the way that they did it is brilliant. So it's got these little metal hooks on it that you can put your nails in on both sides. You can do 2 nails, and then on the other sides it just has hammers. So you can put your sign out on the pole, and then go up to a telephone pole, and basically however tall you are plus your arm length plus 4 feet. So you can get these signs up off the ground 9, 10, 11 feet, which is great because it prevents them from coming down. Or basically, it's just you can use a hand stapler too.
So I just googled something because I knew it was one of my more popular videos back when I first started.
Yeah.
So back it looks like I posted October 2013. So I just googled real quick Bandit sign stapler, and I'm the second one on there. It's how to make a Bandit sign stapler. So this is kind of a very cheap way. Basically, we took a PVC pipe and you throw a hammer stapler into it.
Yep, those hammer staplers are fun.
They're cool.
I like playing with those things.
So again, it's another way. It doesn't keep the signs up there as well. So again, I'd pump about 4 or 5 staples into it if you're going to do it that way.
Yeah,
but it's
that's
a
a good
very,
point.
very inexpensive way
You do need to use multiple staples though.
to create a Bandit sign hammer that's going to get them up much higher. So again, just Google it. And again, if you find the Slain Properties one, that was one of my first videos out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of ways to do it.
Right.
We recommend the nails though. That's
The nails are the
definitely the way to
best,
go.
and get them high up on the pole because, as Mike said, some people's job is to go take these things down.
And your competitors. There's a lot of people that just have a very scarcity mindset, and they're going to take other people's down. They're going to deface yours, and that's just the name of the game. Unfortunately, we don't endorse it. We don't do it. But yeah, you're going to get that. So get them up high so people can't mess with them.
Yep, you got it, guys. So whenever you're ordering these signs, they come in multiple shapes and sizes. I'm not sure so much shapes, but sizes. And an easy way to maximize your cost is to do this. So buy blank signs, and again, they're going to come faster in the mail. You can get white, you can get yellow, doesn't really matter. But get what size is this, Mike? 18?
20. I think it's 24 by 30 or 18 by 30.
I think it's 18 by 24 maybe, or it could be 30, but it doesn't matter. Get the larger signs. And then what you can do is you can cut these signs in half, like I'm going to do here. And
We didn't have our straight blade, so it's a lot easier if you just put it on a table. Because they're ridged or corrugated,
yep.
You can follow the line straight down.
So it'll look a little cleaner than my little cut,
Right.
but it doesn't matter, guys.
Super easy to snip in half.
Super simple.
So
then
Dave,
now you have, you just basically doubled your sign.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, he just made 2 signs out of one.
Two
Again,
signs out of one.
It's
and you
kind of funny how simple stuff like that saves you half your money right there. I mean, you literally just doubled your marketing bang for the buck.
Well, also, if you think about it too, if you put the sign this way, this would be vertical, I guess, versus horizontal. You have less of a risk of wind catching it because it's not going to be sticking off your telephone pole quite as much. And one in the bottom, one in the top with your nails, or you can use stakes. You can use stakes this way. You can use stakes that way. I guess you have to only go one way because they're corrugated.
Depends on what you order.
So you can depends where you cut it. Really,
Yeah.
But I mean, this is how simple this is, guys. You just write something like "We buy houses," and then you just put your phone number really large: 314-555-5555, or even make it on 2 different lines. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Simple. You don't need to overthink it. Maybe you try to get a big marker, the biggest marker you can possibly find. Maybe put the phone number on, 3 different areas so it's larger.
I was going to say exactly.
The larger the better. This is actually pretty small. I did it quickly.
Right. You want to use as much of the sign as you can with as few words as possible.